the 69 of Lee McCreary. 25 laps and we're green. Chris Grubbs will have the race lead 3 wide. Here comes Ritter. Jonathan Ritter to the inside of Jesse Adams. Adams will drop down behind Ritter in the 3rd spot. Chris Grubbs, Jonathan Ritter, your front 2. Jesse Adams in 3rd. Dennis Wood 4th. Here comes Brandon Short up to the 5th spot. Bob Snyder Jr. 6th. Brandon Short to the inside of Dennis Wood. Jonathan Ritter all over the 25 of Chris Grubbs for the race lead. Ritter looking to that outside lane, not quite there. Here comes Brandon Short now, up to the 4th spot in the back of Jesse Adams. The 17 of Bob Snyder Jr. up to the 5th spot. Adams a little loose there on the bottom. Adams protecting that bottom. Ritter in 2nd. Grubbs, your race leader. Brandon Short peeking his nose to the outside, now alongside Jesse Adams for 3rd. Brandon Short up to 3rd. Ritter still trying to get around Chris Grubbs for the race lead. Short looking to the inside of Ritter. Ritter to the outside of the 25 of Grubbs. 3-way battle for the race lead. 8 laps complete, coming in on 9. Brandon Short now to 2nd. Jesse Adams to the inside of Ritter for the 3rd spot. Here comes Brandon Short. Short to the outside of Chris Grubbs for the race lead. Chris Grubbs battling hard and will keep the lead into turn number 3. Chris Grubbs having a good run up front, holding off Brandon Short. Oh, Short, a little contact between him and Grubbs. Grubbs continues to lead. Jesse Adams right there. Problems for Brandon Short. Here comes Jesse Adams to 2nd. Short, a possible flat tire on the 18. Chris Grubbs, your leader. Bob Snyder Jr. He'll get to the inside of Jesse Adams. Contact and Snyder will go to the infield. Caution on the speedway. .13 laps complete, 12 to go. Chris Grubbs doing a whale of a job out front. Jesse Adams in 2nd. George Riddle in 3rd. Green flag in the air. Jonathan Ritter in the 4th, or actually up to the 3rd spot now. Grubbs and Adams side by side for the race lead. Jesse Adams slides up the racetrack, allows Jonathan Ritter to get back by. Snyder back up to the 4th spot. Grubbs, your race leader. Ritter 2nd. Adams in 3rd. Snyder 4th. Riddle 5th. Dennis Wood 6th. Lee McCreary 7th. Snyder tries to get to the inside of Adams. Adams left him the door. Snyder will come around. Here comes Ritter looking for the lead. Bob Snyder Jr. back up to the 3rd spot. Ritter all over the back of the 25 of Chris Grubbs. 19 laps complete. This time, Chris Grubbs, Jonathan Ritter, Bob Snyder Jr., Jesse Adams, your front four. Ritter drives deep into turn number one, lost some ground. Chris Grubbs driving the race of his life out front right now in that number 25. Ritter to the inside of Chris Grubbs. Contact. Ritter spins. Yellow. Caution on the speedway. Right with a win here. The restart. 4. Green flag in the air. Grubbs and Snyder. Snyder gets in to turn number one, good, but Grubbs comes out of two, good. Chris Grubbs, your race leader. Snyder second. Adams third. George Riddle slid up off of turn number 4 that time. That allowed Ritter and the 88 of Dennis Wood to get around. Now Riddle going to go back to the inside of Wood, and now Snyder roots the 25 up off the bottom. Bob Snyder Jr. to the race lead. Chris Grubbs back to second. Jesse Adams will take over second now. Ritter up to third. White flag, the bump and run from Bob Snyder Jr. Snyder down the back straightaway and pulling away. Ritter trying to get to the inside of Adams. Adams going to close the door off of turn number 4. Bob Snyder Jr., your winner. Jesse Adams in second. Jonathan Ritter in third. George Riddle in fourth. Chris Grubbs in fifth. Opening night season victory. Your winner, Bob Snyder Jr. He's got steam coming off his bald head. I know he had steam from underneath the helmet earlier. And he goes from the back to the front. What a whale of a drive by Bob Snyder Jr. Bob, talk to me first about the restart. You had to restart on the outside of Grubbs. Was you concerned with the outside groove? Kind of not there yet.
Yeah, it spun the tires on me, and I was staying on the gas. I didn't care.
And I'll tell you what, a nice move. I know he was protecting the bottom. He protected it. He slipped up a little bit, and the door was open.
We bumped a little bit, and I didn't want to bump him, but my car was going up too.
Well, and Rubbin's racing a little bit. Sometimes till the outside groove comes in, that's what happens. It's like Martinsville, right?
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Staying nice and warm. Good job, everybody.
You got to thank your sponsors real quick, brother. Don't forget.
I just want to I got Jeff Seacrest with Landstar. I mean, he is awesome with me. I got the Water Doctor. I got Van Meters, Alexis Builders. I got Yoder Plumbing. I mean, I got all kinds of sponsors. I'll name them next time I'm here. But thank you, Midvale Speedway, and this is awesome. First night.
Congratulations, buddy. Well-earned victory in Nectuni Victory Lane. Your winner, Bob Snyder Jr. Wood, the 75 of Bob Passwater Sr. The 3 is Dennis Wood. Your fastest qualifier, Bob Page. The 28 of Feaster. The 55 of Cordiak. And the 66 of Curtis Collins. No start Donnelly jumping the start. No start. So caution back out. We'll try it again. So getting ready to go back to green. 2 laps. Or I'm sorry, no laps in. We'll try it for a second time. My goodness, green flag's out. Brandon Donnelly has the race lead. Kyle Rector in second. Ian Porco on the bottom in third. Jason Gruhl fourth. Here comes the one of Bryant Smith on the inside of Gruhl for the 4th spot. Ian Porco to the inside of the 22 of Kyle Rector. Porco trying to move up to that 2nd spot behind last year's Rookie of the Year, Brandon Donnelly. Bryant Smith now to the inside of the 22 of Rector. He'll take over the 3rd spot. Here comes Zach Koger to the inside of Rector for 4th. The 99 of Gruhl and the 54 of Berkey get together, but we stay under green. Everybody continues on. Bryant Smith trying to get to the inside of Porco for that 2nd spot. Ian Porco slides up just a little bit. Here comes Bryant Smith. Brandon Donnelly, your race leader. Kylie Wood and Robbie Kordiak get together off of turn number 4. We continue on. There's Ian Porco, almost spins in turn 4. Way up the racetrack. He'll gather it back up and keep going. Brandon Donnelly continues to lead. Here comes Bryant Smith. Smith, a little bit of contact, and now here comes Koger. And caution, caution. Five laps complete. 15 to go. Donnelly, Porco. Green flag in the air. Caution for the 44 of Brandon Donnelly. So getting the field down in turn number 3 and 4. Donnelly and Porco. Good start that time. Green flag in the air from Donnelly and Porco. Brandon Donnelly will have the half car length lead into turn number 3. Ian Porco in the outside lane. Bryant Smith in the 1. The 58 of Koger. Zach Koger to the inside of Porco for the 3rd spot. Move the Red Rocket up in to 3rd. Bryant Smith looking for the race lead. Bryant Smith got too high in turn 2, and that moves Zach Koger to the 2nd spot. Zach Koger was a rookie driver in this division last year, but had a race car that lost a motor. They didn't have the funds to get it back together. Now he's looking to the outside of Donnelly for the race lead here in year number 2. A lot of help from Kevin McClintock and Rich Schweitzer on getting this 58 set up, getting the body on it. He's in that outside lane battling for the race lead with Bryant Smith and Brandon Donnelly as Josh Feaster spins to the infield. And caution on the speedway. Koger alongside. Getting ready to go green. Donnelly and Koger were green off of 4. caution on the speedway. The 66 of Curtis Collins and the 28 of Feaster get together off of turn number 4. Donnelly and Koger green off of turn number 4. Brandon Donnelly all over the place, and caution in turn number 4. Brandon Donnelly, Zach Koger, green flag is in the air. Kyle Grove to the inside of Zach Koger for second. Brandon Donnelly, your race leader, going to move Kyle Grove to second. Here comes Bob Page. Page up to the 3rd spot. Koger going to try and slot down in that 4th spot in front of Gruhl. And he'll leave the bottom open. Bob Page looking to the outside of Grove. Donnelly going to shut the door on Kyle Grove in turn number 1. Donnelly going to slide up the racetrack. Here comes Kyle Grove. Grove going to go by on the bottom lane. Kyle Grove to the race lead. So all that work by Kyle Grove will be for naught, because we go back to the previous scored lap, which was lap Grove in turn number 3. 13 laps complete, 7 to go. Green flag in the air, Donnelly and Grove. Kyle Grove in the outside lane will have the race lead into turn number 3. Kyle Grove to the front in the number 3. Donnelly back to the 2nd spot. Now here comes Bob Page. Page to the inside of the 44 for 2nd. Jason Gruhl up to the 4th spot. Kylie Wood to the inside of Koger for the 5th spot. He gets into the back of the 99 of Gruhl just a little bit. Kyle Grove, Bob Page, Brandon Donnelly, Jason Gruhl, your top 4. Kylie Wood in 5th. Bryant Smith up to 6th. Then the 58 of Koger, the 64 of Porco, the 54 of Berkey, the 75 of Passwater Sr. 3 to go at the line for Grove. White flag for Kyle Grove. Into turn number 3. And checkered flag for Kyle Grove. Bob Page finishes 2nd. Brandon Donnelly in 3rd. Jason Gruhl 4th. And Kylie Wood in 5th. Grove. I still heard some boo birds out there for you, so They still don't like you, even though you've only won one race in like 2 years. So this is number 2. That's all right, though, right? They probably are booing me. That's fine. I agree with you. I'd boo me, too. Congratulations, buddy. Great run. I know you just wanted that restart. Was you concerned with the outside groove on that restart, or no? You knew enough about this place that it was going to stick?
It's always stuck, so I figured it'd be all right.
And it was. This thing was a rocket tonight. You're actually pulling the track record holder in that feature, so this thing was a rocket.
Yeah, it was sticking pretty good, especially coming out of the turns. It was a rocket tonight.
Who you want to thank on this machine tonight, man?
All my sponsors, my whole crew, just everybody helps me out.
Yeah, I don't think you've won on opening night in a while, have you?
It's been a while.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks.
Your winner, Kyle Grove. Midvale Speedway in 67 years. Tabitha Stuber, she'll start in the 5th position. Starting 6th, the 64 of Jamie Leslie, just missed the championship last year by a few points. The 721 is Sean Donnelly. The 52 is Jeremy Salinger. The 22 is Katie Wood. The 79 is Phil Bunton Jr. The 44 is Mike Stuber. The 53 is Curtis Finlayson, as we're green. The 19 is Eugene Kopp. The 23 is Harley Williams. The 7 is Trevor King. The 80 is Candy Bunton. And the 29 is Brendan Neely. So Irwin, your race leader, is Heidi looking for that race lead on the outside. Getting ready to go, Josh Irwin. On the front row, green flag is in the air. Irwin on the bottom, Heidi on the high side. Irwin going to have the advantage on the bottom just a little bit. Now Heidi creeping back in front. Trying to squeeze. He tried to squeeze Irwin and it worked. John Heidi to the front. Jamie Leslie around the outside of Irwin. He goes up to second. So John Heidi, Jamie Leslie, Josh Irwin, PR3, your top 4. Then the 22 of Katie Wood, the 52 of Jeremy Salinger. And here comes Leslie for the race lead. Jamie Leslie around the outside. John Heidi battles back on the bottom. Good job by that 00. Hanging on to that race lead. Leslie going to try and look to the bottom now. John Heidi opened up the bottom. Jamie Leslie is there, and Jamie Leslie will take the race lead. John Heidi back into the second spot. DR3 runs third. Katie Wood in fourth. Phil Bunton Jr. in fifth. Josh Irwin. Curtis Finlayson. The 44, Mike Stuber. The 52 of Jeremy Salinger. They're all chasing the 64 of Jamie Leslie. 7 laps on the board. DR3, a little contact to John Heidi for that second spot. Little bump and run by the 007, and now he does finish it off in turn number 1. DR3 gets into the 00. Green flag back in the air. Oh, Heidi up the racetrack as the 22 of Katie Wood will take over the second spot. Jamie Leslie, your race leader. Phil Bunton Jr. up to third. Here comes Curtis Finlayson to fourth. Heidi back to fifth. Here comes the 44 of Mike Stuber up to fifth. Jamie Leslie, your race leader. Katie Wood runs in the second spot. Phil Bunton Jr. in third. Curtis Finlayson, your fastest qualifier, all over the back of that 79. Problems for the 53 of Curtis Finlayson. Tough break for your fastest qualifier as he's going to stop up in turn number 3. Tough break for Curtis Finlayson. Wood, 4 to go. Katie Wood up the racetrack. Phil Bunton Jr. up to the second spot. Katie Wood ducks back in front of Mike Stuber in third. Jamie Leslie, your race leader. White flag to Jamie Leslie, Phil Bunton Jr., and Katie Wood. And caution on the speedway. Caution. Jamie Leslie, Phil Bunton Jr., Katie Wood, and Mike Stuber, your top 4 machines. Green, white, checkered. Leslie has the advantage on the bottom. Here comes Katie Wood looking to the inside of Bunton for second. Katie Wood to second. White flag in the air for Jamie Leslie. Katie Wood to second. Problems for Phil Bunton Jr. as he slides back. John Heidi going to go up to the third spot. Mike Stuber to fourth. And off of turn number 4, opening night feature win to Jamie Leslie. Katie Wood, your highest finishing rookie, will get the bonus. She finishes second. John Heidi third. Mike Stuber fourth. And DR3 back up to fifth. Education, Chronizers, Small Engine Repair, Patty Bandela, Dental sponsor number 64. Here's your opening night feature winner, Jamie Leslie. And the crowd roars. Everybody froze to death, waiting on this to get over. But congratulations, buddy. I think this is the first of many wins this season. This car is hooked up.
Yeah, it's we're actually starting the season off on a good note, but on a sad note is we only have second gear. We lost a tranny tonight, so
Oh.
yeah, so we got our work cut up for us during the week. We got to change the transmission, so
Well, that just gives you something else to shoot for, right?
yeah, that's correct.
Well, you got the extra bonus from